Have you noticed it too? The quiet ones are fading away. Not the loud or popular people, but the calm souls who once carried peace in their eyes. The ones whose presence felt like home, whose words carried truth without noise. They are disappearing, not in a dramatic way, not in anger, but softly, silently. They are slipping out of the crowd, leaving behind a strange emptiness that you can almost feel. Maybe you've noticed it too. Maybe you've been one of them. If you have, what I'm about to tell you might touch your heart because this isn't random. It's not weakness or boredom. It's something spiritual, something deep that's been happening for years. The vanishing of the awakened souls isn't the end of them. It's the beginning of something else. It started quietly. People thought they were just tired, maybe burnt out from life or work. But it was something deeper. The world had become too heavy, too loud, and the souls that lived for peace began to retreat. These people were once the calm in every storm. They were the ones others ran to for advice, comfort, and truth. But lately, even they seem gone. They don't post as much. They don't argue. They don't explain. They've simply stepped back. And the first reason for this is simple. Truth has no place in the world anymore. Lies are sold like entertainment. Drama gets attention, not honesty. People want to be entertained, not awakened. The wise ones speak from the heart, but the world only listens to noise. So they stop trying, not because they have nothing to say, but because their truth doesn't belong in a room full of shouting. They leave quietly, not defeated, but aware that silence protects what words cannot. Imagine a candle trying to burn in a storm. The more it fights the wind, the faster it goes out. So instead of fighting, the quiet ones protect their light. They retreat to smaller spaces, to silence, to nature. They stop explaining themselves to people who listen only to reply. They disappear not because they are weak, but because they are wise. They know peace cannot live where chaos is worshipped. And right now, this world worships chaos. The second reason they are disappearing is that the energy around us is too loud. Every day, there's noise everywhere. Online arguments, constant opinions, endless information, but no real wisdom. For people who feel deeply, this world is painful. It's like trying to meditate at a concert that never ends. Their hearts crave peace, their minds crave stillness, but the world gives them constant pressure and distraction. So they walk away. They choose silence. They choose solitude. It's not sadness, it's survival. The quiet becomes their medicine. Stillness becomes their shield. They stop going to loud places. They stop talking to people who drain their spirit. They stop explaining why they're gone. Because deep down, they know silence heals more than attention ever will. The third reason is that the real ones refuse to fake it. These days, even spirituality has turned into a show. People act awakened for attention. They post quotes about peace while living in chaos. They wear crystals, light candles, and talk about energy, but it's all a mask. The truly awakened souls can't do that. They can't pretend to be happy when their hearts are heavy. They can't fake positivity when what's needed is honesty. They can't sell their truth for likes. So they leave the stage completely. They stop performing. They stop pretending. They don't need to prove anything anymore. The moment spirituality became a trend was the moment the real spiritual people became invisible. They'd rather be honest in silence than fake in front of millions. There's also a deep tiredness in their hearts. The fourth reason they're disappearing is because they've given too much. They've been the ones holding others up, healing everyone, listening, comforting, and guiding. People come to them when they are lost, but few ever stay to refill their energy. The world keeps taking from them without giving back. And after years of carrying others, they finally learn something sacred, that their energy is not free, that their peace is holy. They start saying no. They start protecting their space. They start walking away, not because they stopped loving, but because they finally started loving themselves. They realize they can't pour from an empty cup anymore. The fifth reason is something most people never notice. Spiritual people are disappearing because they understand that true healing doesn't always happen in public. The real transformation happens quietly, behind closed doors, in the moments when no one is watching. They've learned that not everything sacred needs to be shared. Not every prayer needs to be posted. They know that light doesn't need to prove itself. It just needs to shine. So they stop showing their journey and start living it. They stop performing healing and start being healed. They realize that presence is more powerful than performance. One real moment of peace can heal more than 1,000 speeches. So they stay quiet, but their silence is full of power. And then there's the last reason, the most painful one. They are disappearing because the world they live in no longer feels like the world their soul remembers. Deep inside, they carry memories of something ancient. A time when life was slower, when people were kind, when nature was home, and love was real. They remember a world where peace was natural and truth was normal. But now, everything feels artificial. People chase status instead of meaning. Relationships are shallow. Everyone is connected online but lonely inside. The spiritual ones feel like strangers here. Their souls ache for a world that no longer exists. So they retreat, not in anger, but in sadness. It's not that they don't care about this world. They just can't find themselves in it anymore. They are mourning something humanity has lost, a simpler, purer way of being. Maybe you feel that too. Maybe you felt yourself pulling away. You're not dying. You're not lost. You're just changing. You're shedding the parts of you that don't belong anymore. You're growing quieter because your soul is speaking louder. You're not disappearing. You're remembering who you are. This world teaches us to shout, to chase, to prove, but your soul is asking you to breathe, to slow down, to be still. You're not broken for wanting peace. You're awake in a world that fears silence. But remember this, disappearing doesn't mean gone. The quiet ones are still here. They are watching, feeling, healing, praying, holding space for the world in unseen ways. You won't find them on every screen, but you'll feel them in every moment of real peace. They're the reason you sometimes stop and feel calm for no reason. They are the silent balance in a world that's lost itself. They are not lost. They're just living differently. They've stepped out of the noise to protect what's real. And one day, the world will come looking for them again. When the chaos becomes too much, when the noise finally breaks, people will search for peace. They'll look for the quiet ones, the ones who didn't sell their soul, the ones who refused to fake it, the ones who walked away from the crowd to stay true to their spirit. And when that time comes, those who disappeared will return, not to fight, but to heal. Their presence will do more than words ever could. So if you've been feeling invisible lately, if you've been fading into silence, understand this. You're not wrong. You're not lazy. You're not giving up. You're awakening. You're aligning. You're remembering what matters. You're learning that peace is louder than noise. This isn't your end. It's your evolution. You're not disappearing. You're becoming who you were meant to be. And that, more than anything, is the most beautiful kind of return.